Kelsey here.
Hi.
Yep. And I'm Rusty. Mortgage is about Rusty.
And I'm Kelsey with Lemke Partners, Keller Williams.
All right, so we are doing a coffee and conversation series.
Yes.
This week we're featuring City Perk, which is directly in front of the fort.
Yep, in downtown St. Augustine. It's a really cute location. We're in front of a wine cellar, so obviously it doesn't look like it's necessarily we're having coffee, but we are. But they also have a really cool array of like frozen cocktails, wines, but you also can come here for any type of specialty coffees and teas. So really cool location.
Yeah, and the back patio looks at the old Milltop Tavern, which has the big like water mill.
Yep.
So you can kind of sit out there as well.
Yeah.
Where St. George Street, where people walk. So really cool place. So
definitely.
We're doing this as a get together. We want to really bring awareness to like the local area and to local coffee shops. And one way we're going to do that is we want to go around and try different coffee shops and their specialty drinks, like the locals, right? This one is really unique because they actually have a tea.
Yes. No, they have a lot of specialty teas that they have here in-house. I'm having a jasmine citrus tea. It's kind of, one of those teas that's supposed to like wake up your senses, also good for immune support, things like that. And then Rusty actually got a coffee off the menu.
Yeah, so I was talking to the barista and she's like, I'm really passionate about it. I'll make you anything. I have a ton of ideas. So she actually made me something called the Samoa, which is 2 shots of espresso, whole milk. She's put coconut syrup, mocha syrup, and caramel syrup in it. So really good, really sweet.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, one other really cool thing about this location, I come here often because I live in the area, is that they are dog friendly, not just outside but inside. So if you like to bring your pup places, and especially in our crazy Florida heat, you want to bring your pup inside to catch a break with you, they can come inside and they offer them treats as well. So really cool place and one of my personal favorites. So,
awesome.
Yeah. So as we said when we started this, we are doing this because one, we love coffee. And so what better way for us to get together and chat and catch up and talk about what's happening, locally and with each other's lives, but also to catch up on what's happening in real estate. With me being a realtor and him being in mortgages, this is perfect for us. So now we want to talk a little bit about our real estate topic of the day, which is how are we managing buyers' expectations with a shifting market, with interest rates changing and with the prices kind of shifting along with that. So Rusty, what is kind of your input right now?
Yeah, so I think a lot of what I'm seeing on the mortgage sides is going to be interest rate related, right? Like we're having a lot of volatility. Is that a word? Volatility? Is volatility?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Volatility.
Yeah, the B word. So we're having a lot of that. We've had huge jumps from January until May. We actually started like regressing a little bit in the last like 4 weeks or so. I think that's kind of really scared a lot of buyers away, but I think this is a really great time for really people to get into the market.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a buyer's market 100%, but it's really not a seller's market like it has been.
Yeah.
I think there's some really good sales going on. I believe that we're starting to see a little bit of seller concessions, which is really great, and I think like that's really the avenue to go. I think a lot of times like let's not worry about lower price point. Let's maybe help with seller concessions. We can use that to like buy down the interest rate, which would make the buyer's monthly payment cheaper, which is a great option. And then the seller still gets the benefit of a higher price point. So, which kind of I think helps the market, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like you said, we are still seeing it's not a buyer's market, and it's not the same seller's market that we've seen, a few months ago where it was. And I actually just wrote about this in my neighborhood newsletter that, before, I mean, we had seen 55 offers on one house in under 48 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolute insanity. And now we are still seeing some multiple offers, but it's not in the same capacity. It's not the same type of days on market, where we're looking closer to a couple of weeks on market, and more reasonable and logical offers coming in, as opposed to that FOMO or fear of missing out offer coming in, where like there's this full sense of urgency of like, if I don't put an offer on this house, that's so over the top, then I'm never going to get a house. So that's really nice to see, I think. And like you said, I mean, with buyers and the interest rate, either having some seller's concessions where we can buy down that interest rate some to help with their monthly payment, or even looking at if there's an assumable mortgage possibility for somebody. So there are different options, and I think a lot of buyers are getting kind of scared right now because they're hearing interest rates that are in the 5s, and also they're still seeing higher price points. So I think there's a lot of combating right now with that.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we wanted to talk about, managing those expectations. The last thing we want to do is scare away people from getting that dream home or that next home.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, if you can afford the house that you like in an area that you like, and the monthly payment works for your budget, then it's possibly a really good purchase for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could always look at refinancing down the road, or if you have like another home that you're going to sell eventually, you can recast a loan, which would lower your payment based off of how many months you had left on it whenever you have it recast. Usually it's like a couple $100, so that's a great option for most people. But really, like, it's about like expectations when you go into the market. And, Kelsey's been in real estate. She started in Chicago, moved down here a year and a half.
I've been here about a year and a half.
Doing really great things in this market. She brings really a unique twist to real estate, which is why I like partnering up with her. She really has a lot of good insight and ideas of how to best capitalize for our clients and people that want to move to this area. So.
Yeah, and as does Rusty. I mean, this, like you said, as far as managing expectations, it's about working with 2 different professionals. One, a real estate broker who knows the market, like myself, who has a bird's eye view of what's happening around us and how to give you different options, and same thing with working with a mortgage lender. Somebody who can really show you what are all of your options. It's not just going in and saying, well, this is your interest rate, here's your only option, what do you want to do? It's about all of your different avenues. So that's what we just want to make sure that you know, that right now, yes, the 2.25 interest rates and the 3% interest rates are not around right now, but that doesn't mean that you still can't buy your dream home. So if you have any questions and you are still looking to purchase, we are both here for questions, and we're both here to help and make sure that your dreams can become a reality.
Yeah, and if you're in the market and want some really good coffee or really good tea, check out City Perks.
Come to City Perks. Yes. Have a great day. Have a good Friday.